up in the middle of a dark and spooky night to find out that the whole world was completely still. So very still. Everyone seemed to be sleeping. Then she heard a thump, thump, thump. And rushing to her window, she saw across the way was a large old wrinkly man with the biggest ears she'd ever seen. He pulled out a long trumpet-like instrument out of his pouch and held it to his lips and blew. But no sound came out. Then she saw him turn around and face her window. She ducked. Thump, thump, thump. Quietly, she scuttled across the room, leapt into bed and pulled her sheets up under her and pretended to be asleep. But lo and behold, this giant reached his hand into her window and pulled her out of bed with his index finger and thumb and put her into his shirt pocket. And she felt him gallop at great speeds and to somewhere far, far away. She was terrified. When she finally felt the giant slow down, she had a terrible feeling. She almost fainted when the giant reached back into his shirt pocket and pulled her out and placed her on a table of some sort. She closed her eyes and hoped. She crossed her fingers, but then nothing happened. But when she opened her eyes, she saw the giant had his face right up next to her, waiting for her to not be afraid, because he said to not be afraid. He's a vegetarian. Sophie was pleased to discover that this giant was named BFG, for the big friendly giant, and he would never hurt her. But why did he take her from her home? Why did he pluck her out of bed? And why was he even in her neighborhood? Find out in the BFG by Roald Dahl. When the school year starts, Miss Plum is excited, but her students are a little nervous. She looks friendly enough. She has grayish blonde hair and wears sparkly purple glasses, but she often asks her students to get things for her from her storage closet. Why would she do that? Is she just lazy? Tishelle is the first to be called upon to get a pencil from that closet on the very first day of class. The whole class is amazed and surprised when she returns with a magical, strange thing. To the class's delight and horror, a tiny pooping horse follows her back to her desk. Yeah, that's right, a tiny pooping horse. Why does this horse follow Tishelle to her desk? Does Miss Plum make her clean up after it? What other kinds of animals do these students get to play with? If you could have an animal visit your classroom, which one would you choose? Read The Magical Miss Plum by Bonnie Becker to find out what kinds of animals these students get to play with and what makes her class so magical. Of hide and seek and couldn't find that last person you needed to find to finish the game? Well, this is a poem about Sneaky Sue, who hadn't been found in a month. I am standing by this lamppost on the watch for Sneaky Sue. If I do not see her shortly, we are finished. We are through. Our private game of hide and seek began a month ago. So far I haven't found her, though I've hunted high and low. I started out by scouting every building on the block. I checked inside her clubhouse and behind her special rock. I rummaged through the bushes, but I couldn't find a clue. I climbed a tree for nothing, not a sign of Sneaky Sue. I covered every corner of the lot where little grows. I peered into the garbage cans and had to hold my nose. I searched the haunted cellar where I'd never been before. It made me sort of nervous. I heard murmurs on the floor. I poked through every alley and I peeked in every nook. I have gotten quite disgusted, for there's nowhere left to look. So I'm standing by this lamppost in our game of hide and seek. Sneaky Sue, come out of hiding. I will wait just one more week. If you like this poem, you will like other ones just like it in the book, The New Kid on the Block by Jack Prelutsky.